lecture will be lecture number 8 of building construction quantity estimate and engineering practice. Lecture is about the methods of detailed estimate, and this lecture will study how we can estimate different quantities of materials used in a building.
सर ये आवाज क्लियर नहीं है आपकी।
क्या इश्यू है? ब्रेक हो रही है? क्लियर स्लो है?
सर बहुत ज्यादा स्लो है।
अब कुछ बेहतर हुई?
Yes sir, now it's okay.
Okay, good. So before going to discuss the methods by which we can estimate the different quantities of a building, let's solve a simple example problem in which we have to estimate the different quantities at different levels. So the question is, calculate the quantities of various items of work required in the construction of a wall. The length of the wall is 4 meters, wall length is 4 meters, and the cross section of the wall is shown in figure below. This is the cross section of the wall, and this is the length of the wall, 4 meter, and in this cross section, the height of superstructure wall is 3.5 meters, and the thickness of the wall at this level is 0.3 meters. Similarly, at the plinth level, the height of the superstructure, the height of the wall is 0.6 meters, and the width of the wall is 0.4 meters. When we come down to the foundation, so there are three steps in the foundations. The first step is the PCC plain cement concrete, which is having a width of 0.9 meter, and the thickness is 30 centimeter, because it is mentioned that thickness of the footing and foundation is 30 centimeter each. So this vertical dimension is 30 centimeter, and this horizontal dimension is 0.9 meters. Similarly, the first step of foundation is then 0.6 meter wide and 30 centimeter in height, and the second step of foundation is 0.5 meters high and 30 centimeter height or thickness. So as we are going online, so I'll use Excel sheet for solving these problems. Let's start from the scratch. Can anyone can tell me the format or columns of BOQ, bill of quantities table? Do you remember the bill of quantities discussed in the last class? The first column is सो रहे हैं जाग रहे हैं? अमीर हमजा। हमजा फटक, आप बता दें व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट कॉलम ऑफ पीओक्यू।
सर सॉरी, आपकी क्वेश्चन की समझ नहीं आया। आप ज़रा डायग्राम एक बार फिर दिखाएं सर।
नहीं, उसका डायग्राम से कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है। आजकल के लिए डायग्राम देखने, लेकिन मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि जो लास्ट क्लास में पीओक्यू डिस्कस किया था, बिल ऑफ क्वांटिटीज एंड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ कॉस्ट टेबल, उसमें उस टेबल का फर्स्ट कॉलम क्या था जो मैंने कहा था, इसमें आप जब आप क्वांटिटीज एस्टिमेट करेंगे तो ये टेबल आप यूज करेंगे।
सर सॉरी सर, आइडिया नहीं है।
एनीवन एल्स? ये होता है जब आप लास्ट this column is serial number, कुछ याद आया? next column will be items, ये था। ये था कुछ और था? अब किसी को कुछ याद आया? याद इससे आवाज क्लियर नहीं है, सबको साउंड इशू आ रहा है?
सर आपकी आवाज़ कट कट सी आ रही है, सही क्लियर नहीं है सर, समझ नहीं आ रही आप क्या बोल रहे हैं सर।
अब आवाज ठीक है या नहीं?
सर इट्स बेटर नाउ।
चलिए, वैसे वो हैंड्स फ्री में शायद कोई इशू हो, मैंने लैपटॉप का माइक ऑन कर दिया। ओके, तो किसी को कुछ याद आया या नहीं? कॉलम्स, डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ आइटम्स के बाद क्या आएगा? नंबर्स। इसके बाद क्या आएंगे? डायमेंशंस ऑफ द आइटम, लेंथ, साथ हम ब्रैकेट में यूनिट्स भी लिख लेते हैं। यस, चलिए यूनिट्स लिख लेते हैं ब्रैकेट में, मीटर्स में। लेंथ, विड्थ इन मीटर्स एंड हाइट इन मीटर्स। फिर आपका एक कॉलम आ जाएगा क्वांटिटी का। क्वांटिटी किस यूनिट्स में आएगी? तो वो यूनिट्स हम यहाँ पे हेडिंग दे देते हैं और उसके सामने हम लिखते जाएंगे कि कौन सी क्वांटिटी जो है, कौन सा आइटम किस यूनिट्स में है, और आखिर में हम एक कॉलम दे देते हैं रिमार्क्स का। दिस होल table is actually called as bill of quantities. Bill of quantities, BOQ. All right. किसी को कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो मुझसे पूछ ले, या एक्सेल के यूज में किसी को कोई इशू हो या कभी यूज ना किया हो तो मैं साथ साथ फिर एक्सेल कैसे यूज करना है तो वो भी मैं आप लोगों को बताते जाता हूँ साथ। Are you people listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Is there any issue or confusion?
No,
No, sir.
sir.
ठीक है, all right. My Excel सबने यूज किया है पहले?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. यूज कर रहे हैं।
Yes, sir.
कोई है ऐसा जिसको एक्सेल में एक्सेल ना यूज किया हो या थोड़ी एक्सप्लेनेशन चाहिए हो जब भी मैं फार्मूलाज एंटर करूंगा? बेसिक फार्मूलाज है, इसमें कोई वो हाई फाई मैक्रोज हम नहीं लिख रहे। चले देखते हैं। Okay, so when you are constructing this wall, what will be the first item of construction? What will be the first activity? आप सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे? आप सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे?
सर ब्रिक्स।
नहीं तो ब्रिक्स तो फाउंडेशन में भी हैं, ऊपर सुपर स्ट्रक्चर में भी हैं, तो एक्टिविटी सबसे पहले क्या होगी? ब्रिक्स क्या?
ब्रिक्स की क्वांटिटी हम फाइंड आउट करेंगे हमें कितने चाहिए।
नहीं वो तो ठीक है, वो तो हम फाइंड आउट करेंगे, लेकिन आप जब चले मैं पूछ आप अगर कंस्ट्रक्ट आप अगर एस्टिमेशन ऐसे करेंगे।
एक्सकेवेशन करेंगे सर, सबसे पहले एक्सकेवेशन करेंगे फाउंडेशन के लिए।
एक्सकेवेशन करेंगे, गुड। मैं सीक्वेंस का पूछ रहा हूँ कि कौन सी एक्टिविटी पहले होगी कौन सी बाद में होगी, तो इस तरह अगर आप सीक्वेंस चलेंगे तो आपसे कोई आइटम मिस होने के चांसेस बहुत कम रह जाएंगे। तो सीरियल नंबर 1 डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ आइटम्स में आ जाएगा एक्सकेवेशन फॉर फाउंडेशन, ठीक है। मैं बोल्ड कर देता हूँ ताकि ये हेडिंग्स जरा प्रोमिनेंट रहे। अच्छा, यहाँ पे नंबर्स डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ आइटम में आ गया, एक्सकेवेशन ऑफ फाउंडेशन नंबर्स कितने नंबर्स हैं? इस टाइप की वॉल के यहाँ पर एक ही है ना, देयर इज ओनली वन सिंगल वॉल ऑफ दिस टाइप, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा? 1। अगर यहाँ पे 2-3 वॉल्स होती और सेम क्रॉस सेक्शन होता और सेम लेंथ होती तो हम यहाँ पे अगर 3 वॉल्स होती तो हम यहाँ पे 3 लिख लेते, ताकि आखिर में जो क्वांटिटी एक वॉल की आ जाती हमारे पास उसको हम 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दें तो हमारे पास 3 वॉल्स की क्वांटिटी आ जाएगी। ओके, व्हाट इज द लेंथ ऑफ द वॉल? What is the length of the wall?
6 meter.
6 meter, नहीं 4 meter थी I guess. ऊपर क्वेश्चन में given. Yes, 4 meters. ठीक है, length of the wall is 4 meters. The length is 4 meters. What is the width of the wall? Okay, now what will be the width of excavation? हम कितनी width की excavation करेंगे? ये हम जो excavation करेंगे उसकी width क्या होगी?
30 centimeters, sir.
Sorry?
30 centimeters.
50 centimeter. How?
Not 50, 30.
40 or 30?
30, yeah.
Okay. Can you explain how it will be?
I think it mentioned in the problem.
Now you have to estimate. You have to calculate. Consider this line as the ground level. Okay. So when you are going to excavate, so you will excavate from the ground level till the till the required depth. So the depth of excavation will be, this is the ground level, this is the thickness of first step, which is 30 centimeter, plus this is the thickness of the second step, which is 30 centimeter, and this is the thickness of the third step, which is 30 centimeters. 30 plus 30 plus 30 will be 90 centimeter from the ground level deep excavation. But actually we were talking about the width of the excavation. So how can you find out the width of excavation? You have to incorporate this PCC in the excavation. So just imagine if you are excavating the ground having a width of 0.5 meters. So can you incorporate this PCC, which is having a width of 0.9 meter, in this excavation? Definitely no.
Yes, no.
So you will excavate the ground at least with a minimum depth of 0.9 meters, so that this largest size of the footing can be accommodated. Is it clear?
Yeah, yes, sure.
So the depth of width of excavation will be 0.9 meters. And what will be the height or depth of the excavation? I just calculated it. What will be the height or depth of the excavation from the ground level?
90
centimeter or 0.9 meters. Okay, now we are estimating the quantity of excavation. So what should be the units of the resultant quantity? What should be the units of resultant quantity?
Cubic
feet.
Cubic feet, but we are working in meters.
Cubic meter.
Cubic meters. Okay, so what should be the quantity? The quantity should be the product of length, width, and height multiplied. Length, width, and height will give you the quantity of a single wall, and then multiply it with the numbers of wall, so you will get the total quantity required. Is it like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, equal to length multiplied with the width multiplied with the height multiplied with the numbers. How many numbers are there? And press enter, and you'll get 3.24 cubic meters. Cubic meters. Is it clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Now, what will be the second item of construction? This will be PCC, plain cement concrete, plain cement concrete, or PCC. Do you know why PCC is provided? आपको पता है PCC क्यों प्रोवाइड की जाती है?
सर नमी के लिए।
नमी के लिए नहीं, डीपीसी नहीं पूछ रहा, पीसीसी पूछ रहा हूँ। पीसीसी plain cement concrete, this level, ये हम इसलिए करते हैं कि एक जो एक्चुअल फाउंडेशन है, the actual foundation can get a proper leveled surface for construction. ये एक वीक कंक्रीट होती है, जिस वीक रेशो में जिसको हम लेवल करके ग्राउंड के ऊपर कोट एक लेयर सी प्रोवाइड कर देते हैं. So let's calculate the quantity for PCC. So the numbers will be 1. Okay, what is the length of PCC? What will be the length of PCC?
Same as the length of the wall.
4 meters. Good. What will be the width of PCC?
0.9.
0.9 meters. And now what will be the height or thickness of the PCC?
0.3.
0.3. Very good. Okay, and the units will be same. So I can drag this quantity here and this cubic meters here. Okay. So the quantity of PCC is 0.3 cubic meters. Sorry, 1.08 cubic meters. अगर किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम है कि ये मैं कैसे कैलकुलेट कर रहा हूँ एक्सेल में, तो you can ask. Otherwise, I am assuming that you know how to use the Excel. Okay. Afterwards, let's estimate the quantities of the steps of brickwork. These are the steps, and these are then the plinth level, and then this is the superstructure wall. So what will be the volume of brickwork required for these steps, and what will be the volume required for the brickworks in this plinth level and this superstructure wall? So let's give it a title first. Step of foundation. Definitely it will be 1 in numbers, and the length will be same, 4 meters. What will be the width of this item?
0.6.
0.6 meter. And what will be the height or thickness? 0.3. So I'll calculate the quantities at the end. I'll just input the data first. Fourth item will be second step of foundation. So the numbers will be 1, length will be 4 meter, width will be 0.5 meters. Am I right? And the height or thickness will be 0.3 meters. Then fifth item will be brickwork till 10th level. I'm actually considering this volume. So numbers will be 1, length will be 4 meters, width will be, how much will be the width?
0.4 meters.
And what will be the height now?
0.6.
0.6. Okay, fine. Now sixth item is the brickwork in superstructure. 1, there's only one wall, length will be 4 meters, width will be now 0.3 meters, and the height will be
3.5 meters.
3.5 meters. Very good. Okay, if I drag this formula down below, it will give me all of these quantities, and I drag this as I know that all of these quantities are in cubic meters, so I've directly written here over here the cubic meters. So these are the quantities. Let me hold it and write it. So these are the quantities of the different atoms in this wall in cubic meters. So this was a very simple example of calculation of different quantities of a straight wall. The wall was straight, there is no turns, there are no corners, there are no junctions, there are no intersections. So a simple wall. But what about this wall? If we have such type of wall, in which we have to estimate the quantities, if you are taking the length as this whole length from this point to this point, and for this wall, and then again from this point to this point for this wall, so actually you are repeating this this corner. Similarly, if you are taking from this point to this point, again you are repeating this portion in this wall, because this is also already considered or estimated in this vertical wall. So in this case, it will be little difficult to estimate the quantities because we have to avoid the repetition of the areas or volume. Actually, this is very simple plan, but in a complicated plan, for example, a plan of a house or a plaza, there will be a number of rooms and there will be a number of openings and such type of structures, and there will be a number of junctions. There may be some walls coming from this, projecting from this line, from this wall, and they may be of different thickness as well. So to avoid confusion and to do the estimation in a proper organized way, we will use the following two methods for estimation of different quantities in buildings. The first one is the separate or individual wall method, or it is also called as long wall and short wall method. And the second one is the center line method. So in this lecture, we will discuss only this first one, the long wall and short wall method. The central line method will be discussed in the next lecture. So let's see what is this long wall short wall method. I'll explain this. I'll explain the procedure, and then we'll read this text. Okay. Now please concentrate. The point number one in this method, you have to categorize the walls into two categories, long walls and the other will be short wall. Okay, you have to categorize, I'm repeating, the walls into two categories. One type will be long wall and the other will be short wall. Now how you will categorize? The walls running in one direction will be categorized as long wall, and the walls running in the transverse direction, other direction, will be categorized as short walls. ठीक है, अब इनमें से आप जो भी आपकी मर्जी, आप ये वाली जो वर्टिकल वॉल्स है, यहाँ पे जो स्क्रीन पे आपको वर्टिकल पोजीशन में नजर आ रही हैं वॉल्स, इनको आप लॉन्ग वॉल कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, या आपकी मर्जी है इनको, ये जो हॉरिजॉन्टल पोजीशन में है ये लाइंस, इनको आप लॉन्ग वॉल्स कंसिडर करें. It depends upon you. So let's assume that we are considering these horizontal walls as long walls, and these vertical walls are assumed to be short wall. Now, what are actually long walls and what are actually short walls? As the name indicates, कि ये लॉन्ग वॉल होंगी, ये गलत है. जरूरी नहीं है कि आप जो लॉन्ग वॉल हो उसी को लॉन्ग वॉल कंसिडर करें, जिसकी लेंथ ज्यादा हो उसी को लॉन्ग वॉल कंसिडर करें. You can take the wall with the shorter length as long wall and the wall with longer length as a short wall. So please don't confuse yourself in this के जिसकी लेंथ ज्यादा होगी वही लॉन्ग वॉल होगी और जिसकी लेंथ कम होगी वो शॉर्ट वॉल होगी. दोनों केसेस हो सकते हैं, आपकी मर्जी है. अगर आप जिस वॉल की लेंथ छोटी है उसको भी आप लॉन्ग वॉल कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. Now second point is how you will define the long wall and how you will define the short wall. आप जिस वॉल को लॉन्ग वॉल कंसिडर करेंगे, the wall which is considered to be long, considered to be as long wall, you will measure the length of that wall from exterior edge to the other exterior edge. ठीक है? From outer end to outer end. जिस वॉल को भी आप, चाहे आप इस वॉल को कंसिडर कर रहे हैं लॉन्ग वॉल या इस वॉल को कंसिडर कर रहे हैं, आपने इनकी मेजरमेंट्स जो लेनी है, that will be from outer end to the outer end. And the wall which is considered to be as short wall, the measurement will be the length of the wall will be measured from the inside of the wall to the other inside of the wall. So this is the basic difference between the long wall and short wall. When you are selecting a wall as a long wall, you will measure its length from the outer edge to outer edge, and when you are considering a wall as a short wall, you will measure its length from the inner edge to the other inner edge. यहाँ तक किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है?
No,
Clear?
sir.
ओके. अच्छा, इसका फायदा क्या होगा अगर आप इसको what will be the benefit of this strategy that you are considering some of the walls as long wall and some of the walls as short walls? So when you are taking the length of this wall as long wall and you're measuring it from this exterior edge to the other exterior edge, और इस वॉल को आप इनर एज से इनर एज तक लेते हैं, सॉरी, और फिर इस वॉल को एक्सटीरियर, क्योंकि ये लॉन्ग वॉल है, एक्सटीरियर एज से एक्सटीरियर एज तक आएगी ये, फिर इससे आप देखें कि वो एरियाज ओवरलैप नहीं हो रहे and there will be no repetition of quantities in this method. अब ये लेंथ ऑफ लॉन्ग वॉल्स और शॉर्ट वॉल्स कैलकुलेट कैसे करेंगे, इस पे बात करते हैं. Now to discuss how to measure the lengths of the long walls and short walls from a given plan. हम एक कुछ बात कर लेते हैं सेंटर लाइन पे. लेट्स अज्यूम दैट कि एक हमारे पास एक प्लान गिवन है. Sorry for the bad drawing. assuming that this is a plan view of a single room, तो हमने इसकी दो walls को देख रहे हैं, एक ये wall जो है वो एक दूसरी ये wall, we are considering these two walls. So if I draw the cross section of these two walls, so let's say this is the cross section of the foundation, ठीक है, और दूसरी वॉल का ये क्रॉस सेक्शन है. Now if I draw the center line of this cross section, तो center line इसकी कहाँ से पास होगी, यहाँ से, ठीक है, और इसकी center line कहाँ से पास होगी, यहाँ से, ठीक है. अच्छा, एक पॉइंट मैं आपको बताना भूल गया था कि this long wall short wall method is only applicable on symmetrical footings. Yes, symmetrical cross sections पे applicable है. For example, this is a symmetrical cross section. The both sides of the foundation are same across the center line of this foundation or the cross section. So if the foundation or wall cross section is not symmetrical, you cannot apply the long wall and short wall method on that structure. अच्छा, जो पॉइंट मैं आपको यहाँ पे बताना चाह रहा था कि symmetrical footing के केस में या symmetrical cross sections के केस में when you are finding the distance of the center lines between one wall and the other wall, which is also called as center to center distance. So the center to center distance for this level will be same for this level, and center to center distance will be same for this level and this level. Is it clear? आप चाहे यहाँ पर center to center distance measure करें between two walls, या इस level पे center to center distance measure करें, या इस level पर, आपका जो center to center distance है वो same रहेगा. मैं ठीक कह रहा हूँ या गलत कह रहा हूँ?
ठीक कह रहे हैं सर.
Okay. Do you agree? Okay. जब आप लोग agree करते हैं तो ठीक है. Okay. Now let's discuss how you will measure the lengths of the long walls and length of the short wall. Okay, consider this plan view of a single room. Initially, आपको जो dimensions given होते हैं वो inner dimensions given होते हैं. Most commonly जो dimensions given होते हैं वो interior dimensions given होते हैं. Like in this case, the dimensions are given as 5 meter cross 4 meters. ठीक है? Horizontal dimension is 5 meter and vertical dimension is 4 meter. And this is the cross section of the wall. So if I draw the plan of this wall, ये चलें पहले इस wall में इसकी center line length, center to center distance calculate कर लेते हैं. Okay, so this interior dimension of this room is 5 meter, and the thickness of the wall is 0.3 meters. So this is the plan view of the building room at this level. So what will be the center to center distance between these two walls? क्या होगा? 5 meter plus half of 0.3 meters या इस साइड के लिए और plus half of 0.3 meters for this side. ऐसा ही है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So and what will be, so this will be 5 plus half of 0.3 for this side and half of 0.3 for this side. So 5 plus 0.3 by 2 plus 0.3 by 2 and you'll get 5.3. So 5.3 will be the center to center distance for this horizontal side. So this is the 5.3 meters center to center distance. Similarly, 4 meters plus half of 0.3 for this side and half of 0.3 for this side. So half plus half is full. So 4 plus 0.3 meters. So 4.3 meters will be center to center distance of these vertical walls. सेंटर टू सेंटर डिस्टेंस फाइंड हो गया. अब डिसाइड कर लें कि आपने कौन सी वॉल्स को शॉर्ट वॉल कंसीडर करना है, कौन सी वॉल्स को लॉन्ग वॉल कंसीडर करना है. ठीक है. So let's assume that I'm considering these horizontal walls as long walls and these vertical walls as short walls. Now I want to estimate the quantities of the materials at this level. At the level having the width equal to 0.9 meters. So I am drawing the plan view at this level. So this is again the same structure, but now the wall thickness is greater, 0.9 meters, because I am showing this the plan view of this structure at this level having a width of 0.9 meters. So wall thickness is 0.9 meters and the center to center distance is 5.3 meters and 4.3 meters. Okay, 5.3 meters is from this center point to the other center point. Now, as I have assumed that the horizontal walls are long walls and vertical walls are short walls, so what will be the length of long wall? This 5.3 plus half width of the wall at this level for this side plus half width of the wall for this level at this side. So 5.3 plus half of 0.9 for one side plus half of 0.9 for other side. So 5.3 plus 0.9 you will get 6.2 meters. Similarly, you are having the center to center length 4.3 meters, but for short walls you need inner edge to inner edge measurement from inner edge to the other inner edge. So 4.3, you will subtract half thickness of the wall for this side and half thickness, subtract half thickness of the wall for this side. So 4.3 minus half of 0.9 minus half of 0.9. So as a total you will minus 4.3 minus 0.9. So you will get 3.4 meters. Now you have this long wall length 6.2 meters and short wall length as 3.4 meters. So what will be the quantity of material at this level, which is having a thickness of a width of 0.9 meters? Thickness is shown here as 30 centimeter. I mean by thickness, height of this level or this layer. So length of the long wall is 6.2 meters. So look at this calculation: 6.2 meters multiplied with the 0.9 meters width multiplied with the 0.3 meters of height of this level. multiplied by 2 because there are two long walls. One is this wall and the other is this. Plus, now the calculation for this short walls. 3.4 is the length of short wall, multiplied by 0.9, which is the thickness of the or width of the wall, and multiply by 0.3. It will give you the thickness of the or height of the wall at this level, and multiply by 2 because there are two short walls. Calculate this value, add them together, and you'll get the quantity of material required at this level. यहाँ तक क्लियर है? कोई क्वेश्चन है? Is there any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now हमने इस लेवल पे हमने quantities को estimate कर लिया. Now we'll move towards this second step. Now this second step is having a width of 0.6 meters and the thickness is same 30 centimeter. So I've already.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
सर ये 0.3 मीटर सर ये क्या है सर?
Sorry?
ये 0.3 ये जो आपने मल्टीप्लाई किया 2 मल्टीप्लाई 6.2 0.9 और 0.3 सर ये 0.3 क्या है सर? इसकी समझ नहीं आ रही.
Okay. What will be the volume of? अच्छा ये आप कंसिडर कर लें कि हम इस लेवल पे काम करें. ये जो PCC है, जो शेडेड पोर्शन है, इस लेवल पे काम करें. ठीक है. तो इसकी विड्थ क्या है? 0.9 मीटर्स. इसकी लेंथ क्या है? वो आप लेंथ ऑफ लॉन्ग वॉल और लेंथ ऑफ शॉर्ट वॉल से आपके पास आ जाएगी. और इसकी ये डायमेंशन क्या है? वर्टिकल डायमेंशन और थिकनेस या हाइट आप कह लें या जो भी कहते हैं इसको. ये क्या है? ये यहाँ पे मेंशन है. थिकनेस ऑफ फुटिंग एंड फाउंडेशन इज 30 सेंटीमीटर ईच. तो 30 सेंटीमीटर ईच तो हम मीटर
समझ.
Okay. I've already told you that the center line lengths will remain same for all the levels of the cross section if the cross section is symmetric. So center line यहाँ पे length थी 5.3 meters cross 4.3 meters, and this was the level most lowest level having the width of 0.9 meters. Now moving towards the second level, which is having a width of 0.6 meters. So the center line lengths will remain same, 5.3 meters cross 4.3 meters. Keep in mind that जो आपने लॉन्ग वॉल और शॉर्ट वॉल कंसिडर किए हैं जिन वॉल्स को, तमाम लेवल्स तक आप उन्हीं को फिर कंसिडर करेंगे. So again the horizontal walls are long walls and vertical walls are short walls. So what will be the length of long wall? So length of long wall will be 5.3 meter, which is center to center length, plus half width of the wall for this side and half width of the wall for this side. 5.3 plus half of 0.6 for this side plus half of 0.6 for this side. And you will get 5.3 plus 0.6 is 5.9. Again, 4.3 is the center to center distance of the short wall, not short wall but the vertical walls, because this is now currently this is not the short wall. जब हम इसको reduce कर देंगे इसके dimensions तब ये short wall हो जाएगी. तो 4.3 minus half width of the wall at this side minus half width of the wall for this side. So 4.3 minus 0.6. So you will get 3.7. Again, repeat the same method for calculating the volumes. 2 times, because 2 long walls and 2 short walls, 2 times 5.9 length of the long wall into 0.6, which is the width of the wall, and into 0.3, which is the thickness or height of the wall at this level, plus calculation for the short walls. And in similar way, you can estimate the quantities for rest of these levels. अगर किसी को कोई confusion है तो please पूछ लें.
So can I change the short and long walls between the levels? Like if I've used for BCC a short, I mean if I change it, like if I use the longest wall as long one in BCC, and I want to use the short one in the first foundation at the longs wall. Can I do that?
First, I'll repeat your question. You are asking that you want to take the shorter wall as long wall and longer wall as a short wall. Is it like this?
Yeah, I said like if that was the case for BCC, I want to change it for the first foundation.
Okay, so I'll prefer you stick to your strategy. For, the long walls and short walls you have selected for the first step, you must stick to that for the rest of the steps. Otherwise, you'll confuse yourself and you'll make a mistake in the calculation.
Okay, if I didn't make a mistake, that doesn't affect the calculation somehow.
Okay, if you're asking that you still want to interchange the long walls and short walls for the rest of the levels. So
Yes.
It will not create any mistake or any error in the calculation, but it will cause confusion for yourself.
Okay, that's what I want to confirm. Thanks.
Okay, considering this example, one thing you will observe that when you are going from bottom to the upper layers, and you are sticking to your long walls and short walls, you are not interchanging again and again, then you'll observe that the lengths of the long walls are reducing step by step, and lengths of the short walls will be increasing. So let's observe this phenomenon. The length of the long wall at the lowest level was 6.2 meters, and length of the short wall at the lowest level was 3.4 meters. Now come towards the second level. Length of the long wall is reduced from 6.2 to 5.9, and it is increased from 3.4 to 3.7. Let's now come to moving above to the other layer, top layer. Oops, this is top layer. So it is reduced from 5.9 to 5.6. Long wall is reduced, and short wall is again increased from 3.7 to 4. So this might help you to directly calculate the lengths of the long walls and lengths of the short walls, but it will need some practice. First, I'll not introduce yourself. You will with the shortcut. First of all, understand this procedure, and then we will discuss that shortcut. Okay, now consider this plan. Let's assume that my horizontal walls are long walls and the vertical walls are short walls. So again, you will take the long walls from outer edge to outer edge, and the short walls from inner edge to the other inner edge. Rest of the calculations are same. Just the difference is in this wall we have multiplied the long walls with 2 and short walls with 2, because there were 2 long walls and 2 short walls. but in this case there are 2 long walls, 1 and 2, but there are 3 short walls, 1, 2 and 3. So you'll multiply the length of the short walls, the volume of short wall with 3. So you can get a volume of 3 short walls. Is there any question? Otherwise, we will start solving an example.
No, sir.
Let's have a break.
I think we should solve the example and we'll finish the lecture then.
Okay, well done.
Okay, the procedure which I have explained to you people is already mentioned here in the text form. You can read it by yourself. All of the details are mentioned here. How you will calculate the length of the long walls and the length of the short walls and all of the requirements. And the shortcut is also mentioned here, but I'm not explaining this shortcut at this level. So let's see the example. This is the same example which we have solved. So the question is, the plan represents the plan of a superstructure wall of a single room building of dimensions are 5 meters cross 4 meters, and these are the interior dimensions. And the sections are given below, cross sections of the foundations. Estimate the following quantities: earthwork in the excavation in the foundation. Second is the concrete in foundation. Third one is the brickwork in foundation and plinth, and then brickwork in the superstructure. So you have to calculate the following quantities for this. These are the cross sections, and this is the plan view of the room. Let's open the Excel sheet. So I'll copy the titles of this table and the next column, other columns, because these are same. Serial number 1, description of items. So what will be the first item or first item which is asked in the question? This is excavation in the foundation. This is excavation, earthwork in the foundation, sorry. So these are both are same. Earthwork in foundation. All right. Now categorizing them as long walls and short walls, long wall, short wall. Okay. Okay. Now the interior dimensions of this plan view are given as 5 meters cross 4 meters. So the first step will be convert these dimensions into center to center distance. So the center to center distance will be, the wall thickness is 30 centimeter. So 5 meters plus half width of the wall for this side plus half width of the wall for this side. So it will be 5.3 meters, and this will become 4.3 meters. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 5.3 meters and 4.3 meters is the center to center distance. Now we are working for earthwork and foundation. So earthwork and foundation will be having a width of how much will be the width of the earthwork or the excavation which will be done for the foundation.
$90 centimeter.
90 centimeter, good. So actually this will not be 90 centimeter, but here will take 90 centimeter, because if you excavate the ground with exactly the same width as that of the PCC, so it will be difficult for the labor to work here, in the excavated portion. So you will have to provide some extra margin for the laborers to easily work there. But for this example, we'll just take it as 90 centimeter width. So considering the 90 centimeter width, what will be the length of long walls and length of short walls? First decide which is your long wall and which wall is your short wall. Let's take the vertical walls as long walls and the horizontal walls as short walls. Now let's see what are the lengths of the long walls and short walls. What will be the length of long wall? 4.3 meter is the center to center distance, and 0.9 meters is the width of the wall. G, anyone?
Repeat again, sir.
Sorry?
Repeat again. What did you say?
We have to calculate the length of the long wall and length of the short wall at this level, which is having a width of 90 centimeter, because we want to do excavation. So excavation must have at least a width of 90 centimeters. So we have considered these vertical walls as long walls and these horizontal walls as short walls. Now I am asking what will be the length of long wall and what will be the length of short wall, considering these are the center to center distances, 4.3 meters and 5.3 meters.
सर 4.6 लॉन्ग वाल होगा और 5 हमारे साथ शॉर्ट वाल होगा.
4.6 लॉन्ग वॉल होगी.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4.6 कैसे आई है?
सर ये 5.2 आता है.
अच्छा नहीं, ये जिसने 4.6 कहना है, मैं उससे पूछ रहा हूँ कि ये 4.6 कैसे आई है?
ये 4.3 प्लस 0.3.
लेकिन 0. हम 30 सेंटीमीटर जो ये प्लान में शो हुआ है वो ये लेवल है.
Okay, sure, sir. 5.2.
but we are working at this level. So 4.3 plus half width for half width,
Yes.
which width is 90 centimeter now, 0.9.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So,
4.
so the length will
Sir,
be
5.2.
Yes, sir.
4.3 plus 0.9. It is 5.2. Now, what is the length of short wall?
6.2.
5.2 is the length of center to center length of this horizontal wall. So for the short walls, we have to subtract the half thickness from one side and half thickness from the other side. So it means that we have to subtract the full thickness of the wall from the length center to center distance of the horizontal wall. Is it like this?
Yes, sir.
So 5.3 minus 0.9.
4.4.
5.3 minus 0.9. 4.4. Okay, how many long walls are there and how many short walls are there?
2 each.
Long wall, short.
Numbers will be 2 for each long wall and 2 for short wall. Okay. Now, what is the width of the long? What's the width of this level? 0.9 meters.
Yes, sir.
And what is the height?
0.3.
No, by height, the item which is in consideration is the upward in the foundation, which is the excavation. So, what will be the height of excavation or depth of excavation?
0.9.
0.9. Look at this. The ground level is at this level. Okay, so you will excavate the ground from this level. So 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 0.3. This is 0.9. Same for these as well. Units will be cubic meters. And here the quantity will come. So let's calculate the quantity first. This quantity will be length multiplied with the width multiplied with the height. This is the quantity of one long wall multiplied with the numbers of long walls, which is 2. So it will give you 8.424. And if I repeat the same calculation here, this is giving me 7.128. So if I write here total earthwork in excavation or foundation for this plan will be the sum of these two. Is it clear? आप इन दोनों को ऐड करेंगे तो टोटल आ जाएगा आपके पास, क्योंकि हमने ये एक लॉन्ग वॉल के लिए किया था दो और एक शॉर्ट वॉल्स के लिए, तो टोटल एक्सकेवेशन कितनी है? द सम ऑफ एक्सकेवेशन फॉर लॉन्ग वॉल्स एंड सम ऑफ एक्सकेवेशन फॉर शॉर्ट वॉल्स. ठीक है? Okay, now what is the second item which we have to calculate? Concrete in foundation. Oops. Concrete in foundation. So, right, concrete in foundation. Again, copy this long wall and short wall. Paste it here. So now you have to calculate the length of the long wall and length of short wall for concrete in foundation. What will be the length of long wall and what will be the length of short wall for concrete in foundation?
सर ये सेम होगा 5.2 और
Very good, because the width of this level is same. So the lengths of the long walls and length of the short walls depend upon the width. तो अगर width same है तो lengths भी same होंगी. 5.2 and 4.4. Numbers भी same होंगे, 2 and 2. Width भी same होगी, 0.9 meters and 0.9 meters. What will be the height?
0.3.
0.3. Very good. And if I copy this and paste it here, तो ये आपके पास ये वैल्यूज आ गई, इसकी क्वांटिटी आ गई. हम चेक कर लेते हैं इसने सही कॉलम सेल्स उठाए हैं. ठीक है, यही सेल्स उठाने थे. यहाँ पे भी इसने ये सेल उठाए हैं. ठीक है, अब इन दोनों इसने ऐड भी इन दोनों की है. ठीक है, ऑलराइट, गुड. ये क्यूबिक मीटर्स भी मैं यहाँ से कॉपी करके यहाँ पे लिख लेता हूँ. कंक्रीट इन फाउंडेशन हो गया. अब नेक्स्ट आइटम क्या है? ब्रिक वर्क इन फाउंडेशन. ब्रिक वर्क इन फाउंडेशन अप टू प्लिंथ लेवल. फाउंडेशन एंड प्लिंथ लेवल. ठीक है, so the third item is brickwork in foundation. तो यहाँ पे मैं देख लेता हूँ brickwork in first step of and then brickwork in second step of footing, then brickwork up to 10th level. Okay, so now I'll paste this long wall and short wall for each of this item because lengths will be different. यहाँ पे मैं इनको थोड़ा बोल्ड कर लेता हूँ ताकि आइडेंटिफाई हो सके कौन सी हेडिंग है और कौन सी सब हेडिंग है. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, fine. So now what will be the length of long wall for the first step of footing, which is having a width of 60 centimeters?
ये 4.3 plus 0.6 हो जाए.
0.6. Good. And what will be the length of short wall?
5.3 minus 0.
5.3 minus 5.3 minus 0.6. Okay, good. Numbers will be 2 and 2. Okay. What will be the width? Width is 0.6 and 0.6, and height is 30 centimeter, 0.3 and 0.3. I'll calculate the quantities later. Okay. Now, what will be the length of long wall and short wall for second step of footing? So the
4.3 plus 0.5.
0.5. Okay, good. What will be the length of short wall?
5.3 minus 0.5.
4.8 and 4.8 for both. 2 and 2 because there are 2 long walls and 2 short walls, and the width is 0.5 for each, and thickness or height is 0.3 for each. Now brickwork up to plinth level, what will be the length of long wall and length of short wall? The width of the wall is 40 centimeter now. .3 plus 0.4,
Yes, sir.
and short wall will be 5.3 minus 0.4. Numbers will be 2. Width is 0.4. And height is 0. Height will be
Sir, 60 centimeter is 0.6, sir.
0.6. So look at now. Observe the lengths of the long walls and length of the short walls. For the most bottom layer, the length of long wall was 5.2. Then the above layer 4.9. Then 4.8. Then 4.7. Length of the short wall for most bottom layer is 4.4. Then it is 4.7. Then 4.8. And 4.9. As I told you that the length of the long wall will be decreasing and length of the short wall will be increasing. Okay, now I'll copy these cells and paste here. Again paste it here, and again paste it here, and it is giving me the total quantity. Total. If I write it, so these are the total brickwork quantities in the first step of footing, 3.456 cubic meters. Then in the second step of footing, this is 2.88 cubic meters. And then in the third step of footing, this is 4.608 cubic meters. And not in the units. In the exam, you must be careful for the units because unit अगर आपने ना लिखा हुआ तो मैं marks काटूंगा. Okay, brickwork in foundation तो हो गया. Now brickwork in superstructure. Fourth item is brickwork in superstructure. Again, long wall and short walls. Again, there are 2 long walls and 2 short walls. Now, what will be the length of long wall and the length of the short wall for superstructure? Please tell me. G 4.3 plus
0.3.
0.3. Okay. Then 5.3 minus 0.3. What will be the width? Width will be 0.3 and 0.3. What will be the height of the superstructure or height of the wall?
3.5.
3.5. Very good. Now copy this and paste it over here. Paste it here. ठीक हो गया. तो ये तमाम जो है आपके पास क्वांटिटीज आ गई. brickwork and foundation, brickwork and superstructure, concrete in foundations and earthwork in foundation. अब इंशाल्लाह फिर हम ये देखेंगे कि ये कंक्रीट से हमने नंबर ऑफ सीमेंट बैग्स कैसे निकालने हैं, वॉल्यूम ऑफ एग्रीगेट कैसे निकालना है, वॉल्यूम ऑफ सैंड कैसे निकालनी है, और नाउ I want to get the total value of brickwork. अगर मैंने bricks मंगवानी है, if I want to order the bricks, so how many bricks should I order? So how can you calculate grand total of brickwork will be this brickwork and superstructure plus brickwork in the up to plinth level plus brickwork quantity up to and second step of footing plus brickwork quantity in the first step of footing. This is giving you the total brickwork volume and this construction. ऐसा ही है ना, total brickwork इतनी होगी ना.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I assume that there are 550 bricks in 1 cubic meters, अगर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि 1 cubic meter में कितनी bricks होंगी, और अगर मैं कह रहा हूँ if there are 550 bricks in 1 cubic meter, so the number of bricks, this will be equal to 550 multiplied with the number of cubic meters. So it is giving you the 17,107.2 number of bricks. So round it off so that numbers cannot be in decimal. So this is the number of bricks you need to order. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. कोई क्वेश्चन है?
जी सर। सर हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में ये पढ़ा था कि जब मटेरियल में पानी डालते हैं या फिर मतलब सूखे मटेरियल का वॉल्यूम चेंज होता है और गीले का वॉल्यूम चेंज होता है, तो इस फैक्टर को हम नहीं कंसिडर करते क्वांटिटी एस्टिमेशन में।
इस फैक्टर को हम कंसिडर करेंगे। इस फैक्टर को हम तब कंसिडर करेंगे जब हम एस्टिमेट करेंगे कि हमें कितना सीमेंट चाहिए, कितनी सैंड चाहिए, कितना कोर्स एग्रीगेट चाहिए। चलें इसमें भी एक एग्जांपल क्विकली सॉल्व कर लेते हैं। चलें आप ना वो करें। हमारे पास कंक्रीट का टोटल वॉल्यूम कितना है? 5 पॉइंट जी। जो जिसने क्वेश्चन पूछा वो अपना माइक ऑन रखें।
जी सर।
अच्छा, कंक्रीट का टोटल वॉल्यूम क्या है हमारे पास?
5.184 क्यूबिक मीटर।
ठीक है, 5.184। अज्यूम करते हैं कि आपके पास आपने जो कंक्रीट करनी है उसकी रेशो है 1:4:8। ठीक है
जी सर।
आपने 1 पार्ट सीमेंट का लेना है, 4 पार्ट्स जो है सैंड के और 8 पार्ट्स जो है कोर्स एग्रीगेट लेने हैं। नाउ I want to calculate the quantities of cement, sand, and coarse aggregate. So the cement, sand, and aggregate. So the quantity of cement. Okay. Before going into this, आप ये बता दें कि 1 रेशो क्या है? 1:4:8 है। ठीक है, तो 1 + 4 + 8 क्या होगा?
13।
तो सीमेंट की जो क्वांटिटी होगी which will be required for this 5.184 cubic feet of concrete work, this will be 1, because 1 जो है, चलिए एक सेकेंड, रेशो यहाँ पे लिखते हैं 1:4:8 है, ऐसा है?
जी सर।
ओके, सीमेंट की जो क्वांटिटी होगी दैट विल बी 1, मैं लिखूं 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 13 में से 1 पार्ट जो है वो सीमेंट का है, multiply it with the volume of concrete which is 5.184, ठीक है। लेकिन ये जो क्वांटिटी ऑफ कंक्रीट है दिस इज एक्चुअली द वेट क्वांटिटी, तो सीमेंट जब हम लेंगे तो वो तो ड्राई क्वांटिटी में होगा, तो दिस वेट क्वांटिटी शुड बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू ड्राई क्वांटिटी. So for converting concrete into dry quantity, the factor was 1.54. Enter. आपके पास इतना जो है सीमेंट आएगा. Similarly, आपके पास 4 parts out of 13 parts sand के हैं, और आपके पास टोटल क्वांटिटी ऑफ कंक्रीट क्या है 5.184, और फैक्टर फॉर कन्वर्टिंग, क्योंकि सैंड भी आप ड्राई लेंगे तो कन्वर्टिंग द वेट क्वांटिटी इनटू ड्राई क्वांटिटी, सो मल्टीप्लाई 1.54. This is the volume of sand. Similarly, the aggregate is 8 parts out of 13 parts. Multiply it with the volume of concrete, which is 5.184, and multiply it with the factor for converting wet to dry quantity 1.54. ठीक है. सो ये आपके वॉल्यूम्स आ गए सीमेंट, सैंड एंड एग्रीगेट के क्यूबिक मीटर्स में. ठीक है. अब अगर मैं कन्वर्ट करना चाहूँ इस सीमेंट की क्वांटिटी को नंबर ऑफ बैग्स में, तो जो एक सीमेंट बैग का वॉल्यूम है दैट इज 1.25 क्यूबिक फीट्स. 1.25 क्यूबिक फीट्स. तो 1.25 क्यूबिक फीट्स को हम अगर क्यूबिक मीटर्स में कन्वर्ट करें तो क्या करेंगे, इसको डिवाइड कर देंगे 3.24 raised to power 3. ऐसा ही है
जी सर.
0.03675. So this is the volume of cement bag in cubic meters. So number of cement bags will be number of cement bags equal to this volume of cement required divided by the volume of 1 cement bag. This is 16 cement bags. ठीक है. इसको राउंड ऑफ कर देते हैं तो ये आपके पास 17 आ जाता है, बिकॉज नंबर्स को आपने कभी भी डेसिमल्स में नहीं लिखना, राउंड ऑफ करना है. तो इसका यूज देखा आपने कि कहाँ पे यूज होता है, वो फैक्टर जो हमने यूज किया था.
जी सर.
और कोई क्वेश्चन किसी का हो तो? एक्सेल में किसी को प्रॉब्लम हो तो प्लीज पूछ लिया करें कि ये कोई स्टेप मैंने कैसे किया है. ओके, मैंने असाइनमेंट अपलोड की हुई है. दिस असाइनमेंट इज बेस्ड अपॉन द लॉन्ग वॉल शॉर्ट वॉल मेथड एंड सेंट्रल लाइन मेथड। और तो उसके लिए टाइम मैंने 2 वीक्स का दिए ताकि आपका जो नेक्स्ट लेक्चर है सेंट्रल लाइन मेथड वाला वो भी कंप्लीट हो जाए ताकि आप दोनों मेथड से कर सकें। तो आप एक मेथड से जो फर्स्ट पार्ट है वो कर लें एंड यू कैन लीव द अदर पार्ट फॉर द सेकेंड वीक नेक्स्ट वीक। और इसके अलावा एक क्विज अरेंज किया है मैंने, सीआर से बात की है, तो वो क्विज हम आप सीआर मुझे टाइम बता देगा, दिन जो भी डेट एंड टाइम बता देगा, जिसपे आप 3 सेक्शंस जो हैं सी डी ई तीनों फ्री हों ताकि हम इकट्ठे ही जो है वो क्विज दे सकें। मैं क्विज अपलोड करूंगा एंड यू हैव टू सॉल्व इट ऑनलाइन थ्रू गूगल फॉर्म्स एंड सबमिट इट विद इन द गिवन टाइम। 15 मिनट्स है, 30 मिनट्स जितने भी होंगे।
सर ये असाइनमेंट के बारे में ज़रा बताइए फिर से।
असाइनमेंट जो है वो इसी के ऊपर है। आपको एक प्लान व्यू दिया गया है बिल्डिंग का, उसकी आपने क्वांटिटी एस्टिमेशन करनी है यूजिंग लॉन्ग वॉल शॉर्ट वॉल मेथड एंड यूजिंग सेंट्रल लाइन मेथड, बोथ दोनों मेथड्स यूज करके आपने क्वांटिटी एस्टिमेशन करनी है। तो अभी तो आपने सेंट्रल लाइन मेथड पढ़ा नहीं है, तो फॉर दिस वीक आप लोग इस तरह कर लें कि लॉन्ग वॉल शॉर्ट वॉल मेथड कर लें, फिर जब नेक्स्ट वीक में आप सेंट्रल लाइन मेथड पढ़ लें तो उसके बाद सेंट्रल लाइन मेथड वाला पार्ट सॉल्व करके एक साथ ही इकट्ठे ही सबमिट कर दें। अच्छा, फैसल हिदायत पूछ रहे हैं एक्सेल में करनी है या मैं हैंड रिटन, तो एज यू विश, जैसे आपको इजी लगे, लेकिन खुद करनी है। ठीक है।